here this morning.
Absolutely, Rob. It's nice and warm in here, so this is a good place to be.
It is the good place to be, and I'm kind of afraid to even venture outside after the fact because it looks like temperatures are going to be a lot more colder over the next 24 hours. And we'll kind of get into some of the things cold related here, but let's kind of right off the bat, it's something that to make people aware of. Maybe they have concerns, make sure that, again, this is legitimate or not, is something that might pop up in their mail.
Yes. So this time of year, the Iowa State Sheriffs and Deputies Association, ISSDA, sends out a mailing asking for people to become honorary members. With all the scams going around, we want to get information out there to the people that this is not a scam. It's going to be a letter. It's going to have the official Iowa State Sheriffs and Deputies Association letterhead. You'll notice it'll be signed by Keith Davis. He's the sheriff out of Wayne County. He's the ISSDA president this year. You may have seen it last year where it came out in my name. I've asked him to put his name on there just so maybe people understand that it's not coming to our office. So you'll see it. What the ISSDA honor membership does, it helps provide funding for training for sheriffs, deputies, jailers, civil clerks, full-time sheriff's office employees. And the big thing that it helps to do is support the Y camp. So the Iowa State Sheriffs and Deputies Association sponsors a camp down in Boone, Iowa every year for kids that may not have the opportunity to attend these things or have the financial means to do that. So it's a very, very good program that they do. I encourage people, if you so feel you want to donate that. The memberships are online because sometimes people are a little leery about sending cash to the mail or checks to the mail. You'll notice that there's a P.O. box it goes to. That goes down to the sheriff in Washington County, Sheriff Jared Schneider down there. He's the treasurer and financial director for the ISSDA. So that's where the donations go, and you will get so you can go on ISSDA.org, and there's a link on there to click on for honorary member application, and it talks about what the honorary program does. So you can click on that. The membership application is $25 for an individual. A family is $35. An individual for 3 years is $60, and then there's business ones on there as well. And then there's a link to pay online as well if you feel that's a more secure way to do that. So I want everybody to know that this is coming. You'll see it in the mail. Their mailings, I know sometimes aren't the most up to date on addresses. So I know last year there were some sent to people that have since passed on. So I do apologize if that does happen. You can just discard those. But if you have any questions, please call our office at 641-394-3121. I can explain it to you. I did put a post on our Facebook page on Friday about this. There's some links there about the honorary program and as well as what the Y Camp does. So our Facebook page is just Chickasaw County Sheriff's Office -Iowa. It's one way to see those links.
All right, and we'll make sure to link that up on our website as well,
yes.
951thebull.com. Speaking with Sheriff Ryan Shawver here, Chickasaw County on 95.1 The Bull. We were talking about Blue Monday here during our what days we're recognizing for today, and that kind of goes hand in hand with our next subject about mental health awareness, something that is definitely the most concerning, possibly even during the winter months.
Especially now, the holidays are over, the hustle and bustle is over. This time of year, it's sunny today, but it's cold. People don't venture out a lot. The past few weeks have been gloomy. So people stay indoors and maybe don't have those people to reach out to since family's gone, friends are gone. The holiday seasons are over. So you're at that lull time of the year where it's just kind of boring and mundane. So if you have people that don't have someone to reach out to or might not be on social media, check in on them, make sure they're doing okay. We do see a spike in mental health cases around here. And if you feel there's someone concerned, get a hold of our office or the police department, and we can check on them and give you some avenues to go down for some resources if you do feel someone is in need or if we feel that they're in need as well.
There are plenty of resources here around the area. I know we have organizations like Everybody Hurts. We have a couple other
Elevate
yes. Iowa. That's another
Pathways
one here.
is always a good one.
Pathways. Yep. I've used Pathways in the past, and I concur that, with anyone that has used the services, that it does give you a lift.
It does
during this time of year. And with it also being Brew Monday, maybe invite somebody over, have a cup of coffee.
It'd be a good day for coffee, wouldn't it?
It certainly would. Or even cocoa if you don't prefer,
Either
caffeine. Even a simple cup of tea. Why not?
Yes.
All right. Speaking with Sheriff Ryan Shawver here on 95.1 The Bull, kind of going along with the cold weather we've been talking about here is not only looking out for loved ones during this time with it being so dangerously cold, we also got to look upon our furry friends as well.
Yes, we do get a lot of calls this time of year for welfare checks on animals that are out in the cold, and we all take care of our animals differently. Some of them like to have them inside. Some of them they're outside animals because they're on the farm. They protect the property, protect the livestock, whatever it might be. Be conscious of that. People are always looking, always watching. The neighbors that drive by, they're concerned, especially if you have an animal tied up outside. Make sure they have adequate shelter with some type of bedding. You can get cedar chips, hay, straw, whatever it might be. Just some place to get them out of the elements. I mean, it's cold. We all think, oh, they're dogs, they're cats, whatever they might be. Even cattle, horses, sheep, any type of livestock. This is bitterly cold for them as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The water, make sure they have adequate water supplies. Yes, it does freeze in a matter of minutes out there today. So if it's got to be heated, or make it a conscious effort to get out there and check on that, a couple times a day, make sure they do have adequate water out there.
Check with your local businesses too about maybe a safe space heater to make sure maybe it's on a timer.
Yes.
Make sure, check on that, and at least give them a little bit of source of warmth.
Something doesn't have to be, like it is nice and toasty in here, but just something to take that chill out of the air. You check your local hardware stores, your local co-ops. They've got animal heaters and things. I know they can be costly to run as well, but if you're going to take on the ownership of an animal, you also have the responsibility to take care of it.
And if they must venture outside, I know you can always, put some stuff to wrap around their paws there, because the pets are susceptible quite more so than us to the cold as well.
Yes. When I had my canine X, he hated the cold. So I'd put just my own socks on him. He hated it, and it was kind of comical to watch, but does make a difference. Huge to keep those paws warm in this time of year.
There you go. I'm sure somebody with small business ventures investing in paws, mittens, or kitten
they're
mittens,
out there,
if you will.
They are out there. Absolutely.
Ryan Shawver joining us here, Sheriff of Chickasaw County here in 95.1 The Bull. Anything that you've noticed, road-wise, notice any moving violations, stuff like that, things of concern for the public that we need to know about?
Not really. Knock on wood. It's been fairly steady out there and safe. We haven't really had too much road conditions to worry about this time of year, but the ones we have, our secondary road crew, give a shout out to those guys all the time. They keep our roads clear. They keep them as graded as they can this time of year, and that goes along with our state crews as well.
We were definitely ahead of the curve, and hopefully, knock on wood, this cold polar vortex, as some may call, might be out of the area sooner rather than later.
Yes, and you'll see a lot of vehicles running this time of year just because it is so cold. Be conscious of it. Keep your vehicles locked. If you do let it start up, don't let it start up for very long, 5-10 minutes at most. But if you do keep them idle, make sure they're locked up. Again, animals in the vehicle, if you take them with you, it gets back to that topic a little bit. Make sure you crack the windows a little bit, give them some ventilation if you do leave the vehicle run. And if you leave them in there, make sure it's for a short period of time. These vehicles cool off rather quickly.
They certainly do. And I would also recommend that also, have your jumper cables at the ready, your emergency kits, of course, and not to mention, if you get one of those portable battery jumpers, make sure that's fully charged.
Yep, absolutely. You can get those anywhere. I know there's plenty of businesses locally within Chickasaw County that do sell those, so they are readily available and relatively inexpensive, and it's a nice investment to have.
And the bigger vehicle you have, check the amperage too. I noticed that sometimes if you just get your bargain one, it may not accommodate your standard truck. Or
you can get ones that will start up with just a small car engine from 4-cylinder to a small 6-cylinder and on up to your big block V8s. And then if you got a diesel, you're really gonna need those cranking amperage.
Yeah, absolutely. So more information on the topics we discussed here, Ryan, further information for how to get in touch with you, how can we
so give our office a call, 641-394-3121. And I will mention on that, if people have not called in, we do have an automated answering system right now. So it's going to go through our greeting. If it's an emergency, to call 911, press 1 for our civil division, weapons permits, records requests, and things like that, or press 2 to get to the dispatch center. If by some reason you don't push any button, within 15 seconds, it's going to default and ring in. So just be aware of that. It's kind of a new system we've started doing to help expedite calls through our office. And then our website, chickasawcounty.iowa.gov. There's a link for our office there, and then our Facebook page.
Yep, we'll make sure to keep our toes on that as well. So, of course, thanks a lot for joining us here, Ryan, on behalf of the Chickasaw County Sheriff's Office, and we look to speaking with you coming up next month.
We'll see you
February.
then.
Hopefully, we'll get a lot warmer temps by then.
Yes, let's hope so.
Sure do. 95.1 The Bull, our community conversation brought to you by Floyd County Medical Center, delivering exceptional personalized healthcare with compassion.